I'm Chris Caggiano, the founder of the Chris Caggiano team with eXp Realty. And in this video, I'm breaking down what it's really like to live in Staten Island, New York. Not just stats you can Google, but the lifestyle, the value, and what actually matters if you're deciding where to live in New York City. And if you want more straight up real videos like this about Staten Island neighborhoods, lifestyle, and real estate, make sure you subscribe and give this video a like and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Today we're talking about Staten Island, but more importantly, why so many buyers end up here after looking in Brooklyn and Manhattan. I'm going to walk you through what living here actually feels like, where the value really is in New York City, and while Staten Island keeps winning when space and lifestyle matter. If you're relocating, upsizing, or just tired of overpaying for less, this video is for you. Welcome back to the Chris Caggiano team channel. This channel is built to help people make smart real estate decisions in Staten Island. So that's understanding neighborhoods, pricing, lifestyle, or long-term value. No hype, no fluff, just real insight. One of the biggest misconceptions about living in Staten Island is it's too far. Here's the reality. You're about 5 miles from Lower Manhattan. You're still part of New York City. You have direct access to Manhattan, Brooklyn, and New Jersey. Between the Staten Island Ferry, the Verrazano Bridge, and major roadways like the Staten Island Expressway and Highland Boulevard, commuting is very manageable, especially when you compare it to what you get in return. And this is where most buyers get to see the difference. Space. Staten Island was developed very differently from the rest of New York City. Instead of dense, high-rise living, it grew more like a residential suburb, and you still feel that today. What you see is detached homes, tree-lined streets, larger lots, real neighborhood layouts. It's still New York City, just without the constant intensity. Here's what most people don't realize about Staten Island. Life here is simply easier. There's less congestion, more green space, quieter residential areas, and a strong sense of community. That's why families and even longtime Brooklyn and Manhattan residents end up here once lifestyle becomes more important than being in the middle of everything. Staten Island isn't just about houses. It's about how you live day to day. You've got over 170 parks and green spaces, beaches and boardwalks, hiking and biking trails, golf courses, waterfront parks, waterfront homes, being able to get outside near the water or into nature without leaving the city is a big reason people stay. Staten Island's food scene is the most underrated in New York City. And if you know, you know. Here are some local food staples. Joe and Pat's legendary thin crust vodka pizza. Enotica Maria, home-style meals cooked from nonas around the world. Kilmeyer's Old Bavarian Inn, classic German beer hall atmosphere. Flagship Brewing Company, local craft beer right on the waterfront. You don't need to leave the island to eat very well. Even if you don't have kids, schools matter because they affect property values and resale. Staten Island offers a mix of public, private, and parochial schools, generally with smaller environments than other boroughs. That stability is one of the reasons homes here tend to hold value long term. Now let's talk real estate, and that's where Staten Island separates itself. The average home price is around $700,000. In New York City terms, that's where you start getting more square footage, more privacy, often a driveway and a yard, sometimes multifamily options. Instead of paying for a zip code, you're paying for livability. Here is the simplest way to look at it. Staten Island, around $700,000 for a house. Brooklyn, $900,000, typically smaller and denser. Manhattan, $1 million, significantly less space. If you go to the space, comfort, and long-term value, Staten Island wins that comparison almost every time. Let's talk the cost of living. Honestly, yes, New York City has higher taxes overall. That's not a surprise. But what most buyers notice in Staten Island, everyday life feels more manageable. When you're not paying Manhattan prices for basic living, your housing dollar stretches further. Most people feel they're getting more for what they're paying. And that's the key difference. If Staten Island feels like it could be the right move for you, that's exactly what we help with. You can contact Chris Caggiano directly or the Chris Caggiano team. We help help buyers understand neighborhoods, pricing, and value so they can make confident decisions. Drop your questions in the comments, subscribe to the channel, and give the video a like, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next Staten Island video. I'll see you in the next one.